2 summers ago, the Los Angeles Clippers pulled off a franchise-changing coup by signing Kawhi Leonard and trading for Paul George. With 2 of the best two-way wings in the NBA, they were immediately dubbed a championship contender. Putting a roster together around them was secondary, the hard work was done, and it was just a matter of fine-tuning. The personnel tweaking took a bit longer than expected, but the Clippers' impressive 119-11 Game 5 road win over the Utah Jazz on Wednesday, with Leonard sitting at home with an injured knee, showcased how the role players that the front office put around George and Leonard have been essential to the team's recent playoff success and newfound resilience. It was a total team effort. "I'm proud of our guys," Clippers coach Tyronn Lue said after the win. "We've been in these situations before, but guys had to step up and be ready to play. Every guy that played tonight contributed, and that's a team that we have, mentally tough, mentally strong, and we just keep fighting to the end." Last postseason, when the Clippers wrote the most recent chapter in the book of bitter franchise disappointments by blowing a 3-1 second-round lead against the Denver Nuggets, the roster clearly wasn't right. Whether it was the skill sets, the personalities, the pandemic-induced bubble to finish the year, something was off, and changes needed to be made. Out went head coach Doc Rivers, Montrezl Harrell, JaMychal Green, Landry Shamet, and eventually Lou Williams. In came new coach Ty Lue, Nicolas Batum, Serge Ibaka, Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins, and later Rajon Rondo. Perhaps just as important as the changes were 2 players that the front office, led by Lawrence Frank and Michael Winger, decided to bring back in free agency: Marcus Morris, whom the Clippers gave up a first-round pick to acquire at the 2020 trade deadline, and Reggie Jackson, who signed with the team after being bought out by the Detroit Pistons last season. When they were needed the most, the role players had massive contributions on Wednesday night, bolstering a signature performance by George to beat the best regular season team in the NBA in one of the most hostile road environments in the league. George led the team with 37 points, but Morris's 25 on 3 for 4 3-point shooting and Jackson's 22 on 3 for 8 from deep were no less important. Down the stretch in the fourth quarter, a few key role players had their fingerprints all over the game. Batum, who had wasted away into basketball irrelevance in Charlotte before a buyout allowed him to sign with the Clippers before the season, made a 3-pointer with just under 7 minutes left to put the Clippers up by 10 points.